Massive moment then coming out of SmackDown. We saw the TikTok that was shown with LA Knight being kidnapped. We saw him actually backstage, so we know that he got set free. There was this dude as well who seemed to just be sat there staring at like that plank, that board. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was just on his phone, but it did look very strange just as LA Knight was walking down the corridor. We know as well that the diagram in the background on the side of that trunk, we know that that's not connected. We've seen that before. But basically, LA Knight would make his way to the ring. When he would get in the ring, he would call out Bray. He said, call yourself what you want, wear whatever mask you want, and, just make sure you come to the ring. Bray would come down, and he said, I know you don't believe me. I understand why, but I haven't touched you. We both know how this is going to end. I'm going to give you one more chance to get your message out that you want to get out. Bray gets into the ring and immediately LA Knight starts beating him up. So we actually get these two being physical. We actually get LA Knight and Bray Wyatt in a bit of a brawl. And it's really interesting. Bray doesn't seem to fight back. I don't know if he didn't fight back or couldn't fight back, whether he was just overpowered by the anger of LA Knight. But either way, we then got on the big screen Uncle Howdy. He said, little pig, what have you done? And he says, do you want to see something really cool? And then we start to hear this laughter. Now, it's like a laughing kind of theme, if you will. It had lots of different voices in it. And there was this laughter. And during this laughter, we saw Uncle Howdy walk out. So Bray is in the ring and Uncle Howdy walked out into the arena. Now, they said this was going to be big. They said, do not miss SmackDown. This really does push the story along. And of course, the conversation right now is, who is Uncle Howdy? Who is Uncle Howdy? Has Uncle Howdy been someone other than Bray this whole time? Is it still Bray? My gut feeling is, just my initial reaction is that I think that Uncle Howdy is still Bray. I think this clearly is someone else because Bray was in the ring whilst this person was in the entranceway. They do look to me a little bit smaller, just a little bit smaller than I think the Uncle Howdy that we've been seeing. I could be wrong on that, but it feels like this could be someone that Bray has got to dress up as Uncle Howdy, like to put a swerve in there to make everyone think that Uncle Howdy is not Bray. Really put a swerve in there until it gets revealed that it is Bray. So I'm still not sold that Uncle Howdy isn't Bray. I think this is interesting, and you have to keep an open mind. And this still could be anyone, couldn't it? It could be Bo. It could be Vincent. Could be Dutch. Could be a whole number of different people. Clearly, there is someone else inside this costume. As we said, we actually had Bray in the ring with Uncle Howdy in the background. Again, you can see that knee brace on the knee of Bray, which I think is interesting. Bray was laughing along as well. This didn't take long. They didn't do anything. They just came out, and actually the screen then faded and we went to a commercial break. Bray was laughing along as well, but just before it faded, we saw a little bit more of a serious look on Bray's face. Just a little bit more of a serious look. Again, hard to know exactly what that means. Hard to read into these things. And again, what do you think? Do you think Uncle Howdy is someone different? Do you think it's Bray and he's just got someone to dress up as Howdy just to really throw some doubt into LA Knight's mind? I mean, that is quite psychological if he's done that. That is quite interesting if he has gone that way, but very interesting. Very, very interesting. This will be one where people now are going to be speculating as to who this is, understandably so. But don't forget, we got a load of people dressed up as puppets. When Bray first came back, they didn't turn out to be anyone. We never found out who was the Fiend. We never found out who was Rambling Rabbit. We never found out who was Mercy the Buzzard. This could be one of those same people this could be someone. We never find out who this is. We might just find out that Uncle Howdy is Bray eventually, and this was just someone that he got to play as Uncle Howdy. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to look at this. Really interesting. Let me know your thoughts as to what you think about this big Bray segment.